Good morning, and it is a good morning. The title that I've selected for today is the number one 2012 timeline, The Awakening. Yes, after my video yesterday, I listened to the entire 3-hour interview on Project Camelot with Bill Wood, David Wilcock, Kerry, Cassidy, and Bill Ryan. That and other things in the past 24 hours give me a sense of hope and peace. The day was capped off hearing an amazing man, Dr. Lin Osbourne, 90-year-old retired college professor of world religions, as he opened his heart and shared his deep spirituality. This morning I am still sensing awe as my own heart touches the infinite once again. The entire day yesterday had so many peaks. I mean, when I completed listening to Project Camelot, my heart was greatly uplifted. As Bill Wood and David Wilcock and the two interviewers, Kerry and Bill, touched on things that are important to us as we live in this 3D world and as we watch the transformation take place. There are things that they couldn't say, but the mere fact that they couldn't say them, to me, brings great peace. I mean, it would not bring peace to somebody that's trying to hold on to the status quo and trying to maintain the illusion of timeline number 2, where there's cataclysm. But timeline number 1, it was made very clear, is about the awakening, about ascension, about turning the tide, about the transformation of life on planet Earth. Inevitably, this is what I have seen again and again, although, like I assume most humans, I fall back and forth, vacillating between the awe of the love and the connection to the fear of seeing what's going on in the world around me, and sometimes very close to me in my own personal life. And this is part of the human journey, I am convinced. I don't allow myself, most of the time, to get too upset over things because I know this too shall pass. Whether they are the highs or the lows, they do pass. Nothing stays the same except change. That stays the same. And I wish I could convey to everyone on the planet that each of you, each of us, is welcome to come home, to find that place that is within all of us, that place of peace, that place of awe, that place of infinite connections with the eternal, even touching the temporal. It's not an illusion, it's an experience. I keep telling you that. It's very real. What we experience, we experience. What we feel, we feel. It's a dance, but it's meaningful. Before I did the video this morning and after I came back from the meditation room, I watched Pollination, which was one of the TED programs that someone posted on my Facebook channel, my Facebook page. And I watched the symphony of the birds and the insects and the bats pollinating the flowers. And the monarch butterflies bursting from their cocoons and flooding the sky with color, beauty everywhere. Normally I have meetings every Wednesday night here at the Mary Horgan Center. A week ago I made the decision to not have a meeting last night here, but instead to go hear Dr. Osbourne. I had heard tremendous things about him, the lives of people that he touched, his students, and others that have known him through the years. I had never met him. I only knew him from word of mouth. But I wanted enough to hear him, enough to cancel my own meeting and go and support Center for Spiritual Living in Space Coast with my friend, where my friend Ron and Becky are ministers. And I know quite a few people there. In fact, a good part of the group that I go to on Thursday mornings, the Mystics in Training class, a good part of the people there go to that church. Although it was interesting, the last time I spoke at the New Way, a lot of them came to hear me speak, because that's one place that I feel tremendous support in that particular group. And of course, the workshop community is the other local community that I feel I get a lot of support. And support sometimes has been a challenge for me, because I have gone outside the box a little bit too extreme for some people, believing in conspiracy theories and such. But it was good last night to hear a man who has been on this planet for 90 years, as he shared his interaction with Carl Jung and Schweitzer. I forgot the first name. And as he shared some of his mystical mountaintop experiences, seeing light burst forth in darkness, shared some of his disappointments and how he came through those. I mean, I was sitting before a man who didn't believe in God, just like Carl Jung, because he's had experience. That's what mystics do, you know. If you've never experienced God for yourself, and all you do is believe, it's secondhand stuff. It's a difference between religion and spirituality. In spirituality, you have a personal and intimate connection with the divine. And it's not a connection with an other, it's a connection with that other in you. And it is one with you. And that is the mystical connection. And this that I'm sharing with you is part of the #1 timeline for 2012. This is the awakening. This is the ascension. As we more and more connect with that infinite part within ourselves, as we tap into the tremendous light that we are, the tremendous love that we are, as we recognize the life and all of its dynamic potential is who we are. We are part of God, part of the Creator. We are the creation experience, or the Creator experiencing itself as creation. We are that. And this is why the timeline is what it is, because it used to be mystics were just maybe one in 100,000 people, or 1 in a million even. And now more and more people are having the mystical experience of connecting with the divine within themselves. The goddess is awakening. The God is awakening within us. And we're recognizing the interconnected beauty and wonder of life itself. This is why the number one timeline is the strongest one. Because we are coming home to our own being, to the source, to the foundation, the very essence of who we are. We're coming home to that. It's not following some religion, because as Dr. Osbourne said, the similarities between Christ and the Buddha and Krishna, who was the other one? Osiris, I think he said. The similarities are amazing. We so much have been trained to look for the differences and fight over the differences, rather than recognize the beauty of the similarity and the congruency of the mystical message of mythology that transcends all of the religions and goes through them all. I was greatly inspired by Bill Wood's and David Wilcock's testimony in the interview, that they have talked with people that if they could say their names, we would all recognize them. And I've known intuitively that some of the people that we might think of as being so entrenched in the Illuminati and the dark plan, they're not. The light workers have penetrated everything. You might think that the Illuminati, the dark cabal, has its fingers in everything, and it does. But so does the light. And when light and darkness are both working in the same area, guess which one wins? Guess which one comes out on top? The light always extinguishes darkness. It's no different than the time that we're going through right now. It may look catastrophic from the perspective that the old systems are coming down. But when you understand that the old systems are nothing but corruption and fraud and deception and lies, then you realize they must come down. They must come down. It looks like it's getting bad, but it only looks like it's getting bad because we're waking up and recognizing what was there all along, and we didn't see it. We were ignorant of it. I hope and I pray that each one listening will touch a part of yourself today that is eternal. And in that touching, in that recognition of who you are, you will find peace no matter what you're going through. And we're all going through upheavals as the old world gives way to the new, as the old paradigm's house of cards collapses around us. But inside of me, inside of you, is something that cannot be shaken by all of this that's going on around us. It's a beautiful thing to be part of the awakening, to be part of the ascension of energies, the raising of the vibration of humanity and the entire planet and every creature upon it. This is what's happening. We're reconciling the differences. We're transcending all of the issues and problems of polarization, which is all we've known as humans for the most part. except for brief little respites here and there. If I could convey to you the peace, if I could give you the peace, I would. But you already have it, if you'll only allow it to be. This is our year. This is the year where everything gets turned around, inside out and upside down. May all of those, dark workers and light workers, come home to the light, because truly we are one. There is no more war. Make peace with your soul and your infinite self. Namaste.